want to talk a little bit about balancing yin and yang. If you don't know, yin is the black one with the white dot, yang is the white one with the black dot. The black one represents feminine energy or resting. The white represents masculine energy or doing. Everything in our world is balanced between these two. Fight or flight is our yang nervous system. Rest and digest is our yin nervous system. Consciousness is our yang. Unconsciousness is our yin. Positive mindset is yang. Negative mindset is yin. Crash of the wave is yang. The recession of the wave is yin. So it's literally everywhere, yin and yang. Lately, I've been getting a lot of information from other people about and support in a very yang way. The important thing to remember with this is neither is good and neither is bad. Historically, we have defined yang or the masculine as the good guy and yin as the bad guy. This doesn't work is because yin is the darkness that the light is born within. Yang is the light that the darkness is born within. I've been getting a lot of support from people when I express painful things about my life in a very yang way. Sometimes this helps, sometimes it doesn't. Things like, there's always something to be grateful for, look at the positive, embrace things, accept things, find hope. The truth is you need the light and stuff like that to find your way back to positivity. And if you just stay in the dark, you'll be perpetually following cycles and cycles until you're just miserable. The best way to get out of the dark if you're stuck there is with positivity. And positivity, there's a term called toxic positivity. It's also called spiritual gaslighting. That's where you're being positive in the face of immense adversity and it's not actually helping. It would be something like someone's house burns down and you're like, everything works out, everything happens for a reason. This person's house is fucking burnt down. And while there may be truth to that, that doesn't actually help at all in the situation. Or the person struggling with poverty and hopelessness, that doesn't actually help the situation. It's called toxic positivity. And it's toxic because it ignores the truth. Any positivity that completely glazes over the reality and the truth of what's happening is not offering any space to do healing, any space to actually help. It's just blaring in someone's face without any honesty and compassion. That's when the term shadow work comes in, which completely involves yin. Shadow work is where you completely embrace the pain and the difficulty and the reality and the truth of what's going on. Shadow work is when you look at the honesty of a situation, don't sugarcoat it, don't try to look on the bright side, don't try to make the positive out of it, but you just embrace the truth. From that truth, you can usually come to conclusions and process the pain in a better way. If you were traumatized or abused by your parents as a little kid, and you've been trying to heal that in a yang way. Oh, well, they did the best they could. Oh, well, you know, I had an okay childhood. I was still fed. Food was still put on the table. You're never going to heal those wounds, which you are probably still carrying, which probably come out in little ways that you aren't recognizing. It's only when you embrace the fact of they might have done the best they could. It might have not been as bad as it is for other people, but that was really shitty. That really traumatized me. They were not treating me the way I deserve to be treated. From that sort of shadow perspective of like, fuck them, that's awful, why would anyone do that? You can actually start to heal because you face the reality and the truth of what happened, which oftentimes people's parents won't be able to do that for them. People's parents won't be able to say, oh, I did this wrong, and this wrong. I'm sorry, thank you, and please forgive me, I love you. They can't do that. Most people's parents' egos prevent that from happening. If you're able to look at the truth of how you were treated and be honest about it and be honest with the pain that it caused you and the trauma that it caused you, it allows you to come to conclusions such as, I didn't deserve to be treated that way. I deserve to be treated with love. I deserve to have my needs met. I didn't know any better. I wanted parents that treated me with compassion and knew how to take care of a child, but I didn't get that. Even though I didn't get that, I still deserved it. That fixes some things in your self-worth and in your heart. It heals parts of your chakras and allows you to move forward with a bit more grace. From there, then it's much easier to go back to yang and say, well, they did the best they could, blah, 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 you know, whatever. And you can actually embrace the positivity of it, but you can't do that until you face the dark. That being said, summertime is the best time for light work, and wintertime is the best time to embrace all the dark shadow work. Oftentimes when you're going through transitions, or you're healing, or you're changing your brain, which is called neuroplasticity, you have to constantly be bouncing between shadow and light, yin and yang, yin and yang. So right now I'm trying to start a business, but I'm also starting a YouTube channel, and there's all sorts of crazy stuff in my life right now. And so there's a lot of growth, and it requires a lot of this bouncing. Even though it's summertime, and I could just be focusing on the positive, I have to go to the shadow because it's so difficult that if I stay here, it's too hard. I also want to tell you, the part of you that thinks that getting up at 5 a.m. and drilling and doing everything and measures your worth by what you do and how much you accomplish is your masculine, your yang, or your sun, the light part of you. The part of you that crashes, that gets sick, that gets exhausted, that needs time to rest, that needs a bubble bath, that needs to sleep in a little bit some days, that's the shadow, that's the yin. And you need that. Like the people that run off of caffeine and just doing, wake up at 5 a.m., do all this shit, make it all happen, go to the gym 6 days a week. Those people are frying their nervous system because they are pushing themselves always into their yang nervous system, which is your fight or flight. That's why those people usually have anxiety and other dysregulation problems. Whereas yin is resting, being, existing, knowing your worth is not dependent on what you're doing, but who you are. And if you're not resting, you aren't anybody. You're sick. You're incapable. For example, for me, as a business owner, you barely get days off, like almost never. There's so much work that you have to do that is unpaid. And while you're getting paid for work you're doing, and it's a lot more than you usually get paid, stuff like building a website, making flyers, editing YouTube videos for 6 hours, going door to door, or making advertisements on the internet, none of that is paid for. And I am really tired, and it is really hard, and I'm not going to ignore the fact that that's true, because then I'm just setting myself up for burnout. But at the same time, if I don't look at the positive, it keeps me in a very stuck mindset, which can keep you in scarcity as well, and keep you in negative thinking, and keep you in pessimism. And so I have to come over here and say, well, you know, some things are working out, and I just did a job, and it made me a lot of money. Something I need to start doing in my videos is probably introducing myself, because there are new people all the time who don't know who I am and who have never seen me. So that would be a good thing to start doing. If you've never seen my face, my name is Pan. I'm a business owner, a dancer, a singer, and my business is going to be ready to launch fully, all the parts of it, this winter, this fall, and I'm a health coach or a personal trainer for women and LGBT and older individuals. Anyway, if you liked this video, thank you. Remember, you have to balance those two or you're gonna crash. And just hang in there, keep going. I'm gonna go get ready. I haven't even washed my face or done anything today, so bye.